Hey guys, I know you heard me promote Blip billboards on the podcast many, many times. Not only are they a great company, but they're our great friends here on the podcast. Blip Billboards is doing a holiday promotion. Yes, the 2021 holiday season is going to be a big one, guys. Okay? And just 94% of U.S. adults plan to do holiday shopping, with 40% of those adults planning to spend more money than the previous years. 58% of individuals will shop earlier than in past years, and 31% reported that out of home ads centered around special offers and promotions are the most helpful. Guys, get ahead of your competitors by starting your holiday billboard campaigns early. Okay? And Blip has new billboards popping up all over the place, including Chicago, Illinois, Clement, Louisiana, Bolivia, North Carolina, and Youngsville, North Carolina, along with many, many other locations, guys. Just about every state now has a Blip digital billboard, okay? And also, too, guys, Blip gives back. Yes. Have you heard of their nonprofit program? Well, Blip gives back. With Blip's one-on-one matching program, any amount you prepay to your account will be matched by Blip to generate more awareness and donations for the important work you do. Just fill out an application today on their website and start spreading the word about your organization. Also, too, guys, why building brand awareness is critical. What you missed on earlier could save the life of many, guys. So join the Blip Digital Billboard Nation, okay, on their website. Head over to Blip Billboards. You can Google it, guys. It'll just pop right up. blipbillboard.com. Check them out today, guys. They're a phenomenal company. They work. We use them here on the podcast for our promotions, our advertising, and we love them, guys. They're not your average over-expensive company. They do work with your financial budget. You can set your daily budget as low as $5 a day, guys. Yeah, you heard me. $5 a day. Head over to Blip, guys. Sign up. Get on their awesome program and start promoting your product or advertising your product today, guys. You'll love them.
Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast.
Alrighty, guys. Alrighty, welcome to Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope everybody had a great week. I had a good week. Had my good friends on from 420 VIPs. Also joining us, the same company, New Jersey Musicians Want It. Great set of guys. Rob and Tom joined the show this past Wednesday with my co-host, collectively Cole. Always a pleasure having her on my show. She's exclusive now on the show every Wednesday. But let's get this show started off here, guys. I got a lot to talk about. I want to get into the Black Lives Matter. Yes, they're back in. They're back in the news front, guys. We didn't think that we were going to see this again. We thought it was just like kind of a thing last year where they just made this group just to get their little 5 minutes of fame or whatever on social media. But they're back, guys.
They're back in the fucking spotlight, and they're really pressuring the new, the new governor-elect, right, of New York, right? They're pressuring him, guys. They're pressuring the hell out of him. And, you know, if we're not dealing with COVID and Biden and the vaccine mandates and everything else, we have to go back to last year's summer scenario with the policing, right? You know, the police are nothing but bigots and racist and everything else, and they want to beat up black people and this and that. Folks, it's not like that. It's not like that. For those who's joining us, first, before I get into the subject, I want to welcome those who's joining in on all of our 3 platforms, which we're streaming live on our Facebook page, The Patriot Angle Podcast. We're also streaming live on our Twitch page, US Patriot Unfiltered, and our YouTube page, The Patriot Angle Podcast. So for those who are streaming on, or listening to us, on any of those platforms, thank you very much. I see a listener coming in on our Twitch panel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome to leave comments on the Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube panel, whichever panel or platform you are viewing us on. This is an audio podcast. We do open audio, open mic, open conversations on Fridays. I like to leave Fridays as open audio Fridays, also known as Unfiltered Friday. So if you'd like to leave your comment on any of the topics we're talking about tonight, feel free. And I might just plug you right in on the live show. Guys, I want to get into this article here. I want to get into the article with this new Black Lives Matter, and now threatening the new governor-elect, right, of New York, threatening him, saying that if he pressures the Black Lives Matter movement, they're going to revoke to other terms. You got to check this out, guys. Check this out.
That Adams campaigned on. Adams called the threat silly and vowed the city won't tolerate riots and burning. Brian Yennis is covering this mess. He joins us live in New York City. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Julie. Well, look, I spoke to Hawk Newsom, the co-founder of Black Lives Matter of Greater New York, and he said, look, listen, I'm not advocating for violence, but he is warning New York City's mayor-elect Eric Adams, do not bring back plainclothes anti-crime police units, the same units that were dismantled in 2020. He says that if he does, then it will inevitably lead to the same violence we saw in the streets last summer. Listen.
When these plainclothes police officers come back into the streets with the mentality that they're going to eradicate crime, they're going to make a mistake, and they're going to kill someone, when that happens, there will be a repeat of George Floyd. It's some simple mathematics. It's not about Hawk making threats.
Newsom and his organization met with Adams in a meeting that was live streamed on Instagram Wednesday. It got contentious. They claim Adams does not have a plan to reform the police. And after the meeting, Newsom's sister called Adams a, quote, bargain basement Giuliani knockoff. And then Hawk Newsom said this.
If they think that they're going to go back to the old ways of policing, then we're going to take to the streets again. There will be riots, there will be fire, and there will be bloodshed.
Adams,
all right, first of all, let me stop it right there, guys. You know what you're seeing? You're seeing a bunch of thugs, a bunch of maniacs, literally, that don't want to obey law and order. They don't. They want to literally run in the streets, okay, and do what the hell they damn now please. Folks, this is America. This is a country of law and order, okay? What we need to discuss here is what we are seeing. Literally right in front of our freaking eyes, okay? You're seeing, like I said, a bunch of maniacs, a bunch of thugs, social media nut jobs, okay, that created this movement well over a year ago, okay, last summer, okay, that were responsible for rioting, looting, destroying cities, destroying businesses, okay? But that was okay, right? That was okay. But when you have leadership that step up against this garbage, okay, because it is, folks, it's garbage. It's complete garbage. When you have leadership that speak up against this garbage, okay? These thugs, these maniacs, they can't stand it. It's a headache to them. Literally a headache to them. So what happens? You have these type of groups, okay? And let's just call it for what they are, folks. They're hate groups. They're hate groups. They're nothing but common criminals, okay? That literally, think that everything is owed to them. That the country owes everything to them. First of all, listen, I'm a firm believer in liberties and freedom, okay? I basically preach about it on my podcast here, whether it's my video or my audio podcasts, okay? I preach on this every single day. I am a firm believer of liberties and freedom. I am. I'm a firm believer of it. Okay? But here's what I'm not a firm believer on. I'm not a firm believer on people like Black Lives Matter and other groups, other hate groups, because that's what they are, folks. They're hate groups. They're hating on police officers. This one particular group, Black Lives Matter. They're hating on a police all over the country, okay, because of something that happened last summer, okay? My heart goes out to the George Floyd family, okay? It does. My heart goes out to that family, okay? Let's boil down the bread, so to speak, okay? Let's explain something here on the show, okay? George Floyd shouldn't have died, okay? Did the police officer go a little too far? Yes. Should he be held accountable for his actions? Yes. Should he be in prison? Yes. He went overboard. Way overboard. Should have cuffed Floyd, put him in the back of the squad car, and take him to the police department for further questioning and further investigations. That's what should have happened, whether he was guilty or not. Okay? Okay? If you are trying to use a counterfeit bill, it's still a crime, folks. It matters. Okay? He should have been, like I said, he should have been cuffed, brought to jail for further questioning and further investigation. Okay? Carry out, the cop and other cops that were on scene should have carried out their constitutional duties as a police officer. That's what should have been done in the first place. No question about it. No question about it. That's what should have been done in the first place. No question about it. But here is my analysis on all this crap. Okay? If you are going to literally look at every police department in the country, every police department in the United States, as a bunch of hateful cops that are out to kill every single black man, who is really racist to begin with? Who is really showing hate to begin with? It's not the cops. It's you, the person. Because you, okay, are creating division and you're creating hatred. The media, every single day, mainstream media, they love doing it. They incite on it. They get a joy about it. Folks, we're never going to learn anything if we keep on inciting hatred. We're never going to learn anything if we keep on inciting it. It's never going to go away if we keep on inciting it, keep on creating this type of madness in this country. I'm going to plug in more of this video here that we're talking about that we opened up the show with. You got to check this out, guys. Check it out.
NYPD captain who ran on fighting back against crime as well as bringing back those plainclothes police officers says he's not backing down and he will fulfill his campaign promise.
This city is not going to be a city of riots. It's not going to be a city of burning. This is going to be a city where we're going to be safe. We're going to have effective policing that's not heavy-handed.
Crime in New York.
Yeah. I want to make a correction, right? I opened up the show with governor-elect, right? It's actually mayor-elect, right? Mayor-elect of New York City. Everything going on in the political world this whole week, guys. I made a mistake, so I want to make that into correction here on the podcast. Mayor-elect, right? And that's great. We have a new mayor-elect, guys, of New York that is standing up to his city and protecting his fellow New Yorkers against crime and criminals. He wants his city to be safe. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with a mayor, okay, that happens to be a black gentleman, okay, fighting and protecting his fellow New Yorkers? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? There's something wrong where a mayor, like I said, that happens to be a black gentleman stepping up for his city, protecting his city. Folks, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I tell you what's wrong with our society. We live in a sick, demented society where we have crap like this that goes on. Groups such as Black Lives Matter and others that influence violence. They love it. They thrive on it. It's sick. It's really, really sick, and it's garbage. And I'm not going to stand for it for an American patriot. I can tell you that right now. Not going to stand for it one damn bit. It's disgusting. Be right back after these words, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Hulu has live TV? Hulu has live sports?
They do.
Hulu has live news?
That is correct. And Hulu also has
Live talent show.
It also has over 75 live channels.
Woo! Flip like cable, stream like Hulu. Time to have Hulu plus live TV.
All right, guys, back to the show. We're talking about the news story here with Black Lives Matter, the new mayor-elect of New York City. Apparently, Black Lives Matter is not liking the new mayor-elect, pretty much stepping up, trying to protect his fellow New Yorkers from possible rioting, possible, everything. The whole repeat of pretty much of last summer, right? He's stepping up, Also now here, saying this here, I want to get into this story relating to that now the Black Lives Matter leader, what the hell is his name? I got to look at hold on, folks, bear with me. The new Black Lives Matter co-founders, right? These Black Lives activists, whatever the hell you want to call them, right, are now threatening the mayor-elect. Oh, you got to listen to this. This is complete garbage, guys. Complete garbage. That the new mayor-elect, right, of New York City, Eric Adams, is now being threatened. Yeah, threatened with bloodshed in his streets if he reverses the abolition of New York PD's anti-crime units. That means that if he reverses it and brings those crime units, those anti-crime units, back in the streets to protect the streets of New York, they are going to unleash hell. Literally hell. This is what's going on in America, folks. This is sick. It's disgusting. Makes me sick to my stomach. And this is, I'm going to quote this too, guys. If he thinks that they're going to go back to the old ways of policing, then we are going to take the streets again. There will be riots, there will be fire, and there will be bloodshed. Because we believe in defending our people, said Hawkins. Yeah. Co-founder of the group known as Black Lives Matter of Greater New York, after a heated meeting with Adams in the Brooklyn Borough Hall. Also saying that so there is no way that he is going to let the Gestapo come in here and harm our people. We pray for peace, but prepare for the worst. On the campaign trail earlier this year, guys, Adams drew an ear from progressives by vowing to reinstate the anti-crime units, which were disbanded at the height of the 2020's Black Lives Matter protest. We will shut the city down, we will shut down City Hall, and we will give him hell and make a nightmare. Shavonna Newsom, the sister of Hawk Newsom and co-founder of the Black Lives Matter group, said after the sit-down with Adams, which I do have a sound clip I will plug into the show, guys. You got to check this out here.
A meeting with Mayor-elect Adams at Brooklyn Borough Hall, the co-founders of the movement airing their grievances. This all comes as Adams has talked about reconstituting plainclothes units, anti-crime units, which were disbanded in the summer of 2020 after being vilified for representing old guard policing methods. Adams saying the NYPD under him will work to protect New Yorkers plagued with violence from gangs and guns. This was video taken inside that meeting with Hawk and Shavonna Newsom, the brother-sister co-founders of the Black Lives Matter movement. It was a behind-closed-doors meeting, but live-streamed by a member of the Newsom team. They asked the mayor-elect how he would hold the NYPD accountable. It got heated, devolving into shouting as each expressed their positions. Later, the Newsoms going public outside Borough Hall.
There's no way that they're going to switch government and not have the people who brought about the most change in this country in the last 30 years at the table.
This morning we have this response from Eric Adams. I marched with Black Lives Matter last year and with advocates for police reform for the last 4 decades. I also proudly wore a uniform to protect New Yorkers. There is no reason we cannot have both safe streets and racial justice in our city. If Black lives truly matter, we must address violence in our communities while we address bias in policing. Yelling and not listening gets us nowhere. As mayor, I will listen to all New Yorkers, especially those who I disagree with, because it's the only way that we will move forward. Some serious frictions playing out before Eric Adams is even sworn in and protect news.
Yeah, I agree with them. I agree with them. You know, this is a mayor. He's a mayor-elect. He hasn't even been sworn in. And look what the hell he's dealing with. Complete garbage. Insanity at its cure. Complete insanity. This is the type of shit that we have to deal with. Literally. This is the type of garbage that we have to deal with. Folks, when is it going to go away? When is it going to go away? I don't know. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon, because I can't deal with this garbage. I really can't. I cannot deal with this. This is complete insanity. Insanity. Craziness. Literally craziness. Anyway, guys, before I get it more into this, I want to spit in a pretty much a side piece here that I had PJ from last week. I had him on the show last week. He was really getting into a lot of good topics, a lot of good content, kind of relating to this in a way, violence, everything. You got to listen to this. I'll plug it into the show right here, guys. This is PJ from basically last week that I had him on. Did a show on the Patriot Brief, which is a side podcast here. But yeah, I had him on the show, guys. You got to check this out, guys. This is PJ that was basically on my show last week, guys. Check this out.
Covering it up myself, but the American intelligence community, so the American intelligence agencies who have been looking into the possible Wuhan leak theory have come out recently and said, we may never know the origins of this, and the Biden administration has certainly put some pressure on them to stop investigating it. So I believe that there is a pretty massive cover-up going on. Big Pharma has really become a very powerful lobby in our government.
Right.
With the World Health Organization and governments around the world, even some developing countries having to put up as collateral military bases around the world. A lot of this is being censored.
Oh, sure. And, if we need to ask any type of questions, I mean, this is pretty much the man that we need to ask right here. This is, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Doom, what I call him, I mean, the guy.
Unfortunately, you're never going to get a straight answer.
No, because they lie, and they're known to lie, and we'll never know. We'll never know the true origin, the true roots, the true anything about COVID. They're going to constantly cover it up. They're going to constantly come up with these variants. They're going to constantly have control over the people, and we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that unfold.
Well, Dr. Fauci is also.
All right, guys, I'm gonna stop it right there. That was basically PJ. He has a lot of content that he shares on his Instagram. You could check him out on Instagram. Archangel Protective Intelligence. He'll pop right up. The wording is very, very simple. Again, I'll basically say it here on the show. It's Archangel Protective Intelligence. You can find him on Instagram. Really, really swell guy. Had him on my show a couple of times. Had him on the show even going back earlier this year. Like I said, a swell guy. Yeah, definitely an awesome guy. Also, too, guys, I want to basically plug in, basically just what's going on here with this Black Lives Matter. They seem that they don't want to end this movement. They're out to literally just destroy everything. I mean, literally destroy it. Shut up. You know, and yeah, thank you, producer Josh. But you know, it's you know, guys, is this what, you know, before I go further into this here, like I said, I'm going to plug in some of the content from, you know, PJ's panel on Instagram, because he's got a lot of good content. I really think that the listeners should listen to some of it. I highly suggest you go over there. Like I said, he basically feeds off of my content I go on the show here with, but I do highly recommend checking him out. But before I go more into the show, guys, I got to open up an Arizona tea, because this is, I mean, the lovely sound of it, right? Because, oh, that stuff's good. Because, you know, what's going on with the Black Lives Matter, the movement, which I thought was done. I thought we were done with it. I thought that, you know, after what? After this past January, February, you know, we seen the end of Black Lives Matter. I thought it was done and over with. We're still dealing with this now? Now the Black Lives Matter are calling, yeah, check this out, guys. And you could find this whole article. I posted it on my my Instagram. I posted it on my Facebook page. Okay, you could find this article, and also too, guys, which I'll plug onto the live show right now. Head over to PatriotAnglePodcast.com. Okay, just plugged it right into the live feed if you guys could see it. Head over to the Patriot Angle Podcast. The PatriotAnglePodcast.com. And I got this whole article on that website, okay, because I post a lot of my content, a lot of the articles that I mentioned on the podcast here, right on the website now. So we have an official website at Patriot Angle Podcast. With the Black Lives Matter of now labeling cops as the blue Klux Klan. Like, what? They're referring them as the original Ku Klux Klan, but they're calling them Blue Klux Klan. Can you believe this garbage? It's insanity. It really is. It's insanity. It's garbage, and it's crazy. Literally crazy. Disgusting, if you ask me. But that's what you get when you vote nut jobs into office. They're influencing this, the radical left. They love it. It's part of their weapon, their arsenal against the American people. Anyway, guys, let's check out some more of what's literally going on. Now, let me remind you guys, this is what's going on around the world here, okay? This coming out of my good buddy, Archangel Protective Intelligence, PJ, on his Instagram panel, which I want to plug into the show, which I know PJ will really, really appreciate this plugin, because I said that this guy has phenomenal content, guys. Check this out.
I'm Archangel Protective Intelligence, and I'm going to shift my focus for this month. We just witnessed tragedy unfold at the Astroworld Music Festival. There were fatalities, there were injuries, and there were people being trampled by a large crowd. There are certain ways that individuals can protect themselves from large crowds, and that's what I want to deal with this month.
All right, guys. I hope you you enjoyed that little clip I just plugged in. And this is the type of stuff that you need to watch yourself with, because, you know, we're now getting into this second round of Black Lives Matter movement, I guess, now in the country, you know. And you know, this is what you have to watch out for, guys. You have to watch out for it. You know, you gotta avoid yourself from these maniac nut jobs that have absolutely nothing, you know, in their minds to just destroy everything, cause chaos, okay, and everything around them. I want to say these last couple of words before I close it out here on the show. That, guys, the only way, and I say this every single time, the only way that we can end all this crap, all of it, is if we stand up against this garbage, okay? Because it's garbage. It's out of this world garbage. We need to stand up against it. We need to end the mayhem, end it all. This is America. This is not a third world nation. Let's break the glass down and get our country back. Seriously. It's time to break the glass down and get our country back. It's the only way, folks. The only way. To destroy these stupid things that we have in this country. They're stupid. It's stupid, guys. Literally stupid. And that's my closing. I hope everybody enjoyed this podcast. I hope everybody learned something from this podcast. Remember, guys, you can follow me on my social media. On YouTube, The Patriot Angle Podcast. On Twitch, US Patriot Unfiltered. And on my Facebook page, The Patriot Angle Podcast. Also, too, guys, if you want to check out some of my merchandise, you can check it out. We have a lot of promotions going on that. Free shipping, which is Unmasked. That's UNMASKED, Unmasked. And then we have 25% off of Unfiltered. Head over to patriotunfiltered.com. Check it out, guys. We just got some really, really good merchandise on that website. You're really going to enjoy that. Got some new mugs. Save America 2024 mug. Just became available just like, what, Josh? Like the other day, right? 2 days ago? About 2 days ago, that was just launched on the website. Check it out, guys. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Also, too, guys, check out, which I mentioned earlier in this show, okay? You could check out my official website, patriotanglepodcast.com. We have all our blogs. We have a group page on that website as well. And then we also have a lot of content that we mention on the show that's pretty much automatically uploaded on our website. So you're going to want to check that out, guys. Head over to patriotanglepodcast.com. Okay? Check out my new official podcast website. It just became available earlier this week, this past Monday. Getting a lot of good feedback from some listeners that tuned me in on my audio podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Google. Which right after this live feed will be uploaded on Spotify, Apple, and Google. So for those who like my audio podcast, check me out on those platforms later this evening. And as always, guys, thank you for tuning in to the podcast here today. And we'll see you next week. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Be safe out there. And God bless the United States of America. We'll see you next week, guys.
You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.